In 2012, 26% of Americans thought the sun orbited the Earth, rather than the Earth orbiting the sun. And since 2008 to 2018, it has been roughly the same throughout the past decade. So let's explore the solar system's planets and clear some stuff up along the way. The Sun. The Sun is a G-type main sequence star and is the center of the solar system. The Sun has a temperature of roughly 9,800 degrees Fahrenheit or 5,500 degrees Celsius. The Sun has a diameter of roughly 1,391,400 kilometers or 864,938 miles, which is 109 times that of the Earth. The Sun is so big that if light were to go around the Sun, it would take 15 seconds for it to go all the way around. The Sun is mainly composed of hydrogen and helium, with some trace elements in a plasma state. The Sun has a core temperature of roughly 27 million degrees Fahrenheit or 15 million degrees Celsius, and it's also where hydrogen is fused into helium. The Sun takes up 99.86% of the mass of the entire solar system. The remaining 0.14% goes to everything else. Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. It has a distance to the Sun of roughly 0.38 AU, 57.9 million kilometers, or 35 million miles away from the Sun. Mercury has a maximum temperature of roughly 800 degrees Fahrenheit, or 428 degrees Celsius. It takes 59 Earth days for Mercury to rotate around its axis once, while taking 88 Earth days to complete an orbit around the Sun once. Mercury only has a diameter of roughly 4,879 kilometers, or 3,032 miles, giving it the smallest diameter of any planet in the solar system. Mercury has a composition of 70% metallic and 30% silicate, giving it the second densest composition of any planet, after Earth. We can see Mercury's surface is completely coated with craters, with up to 800 meteors hitting Mercury's surface every year. And rough 364 quintillion tons, Mercury is also the lightest planet in the solar system. Venus. Venus is the second planet from the Sun. It has a distance to the Sun of roughly 0.72 AU, or 108 million kilometers, or 70 million miles. Venus has a diameter of roughly 12,104 kilometers, or 7,521 miles. Unlike Mercury, which doesn't have any atmosphere, Venus has an atmosphere 93 times denser than the Earth. It is made up 96% of carbon dioxide, with 3% of nitrogen and 1% of trace gases. Venus also has an axial tilt of 177 degrees. This makes it spin clockwise, opposite to any other planet in the solar system. Technically, Uranus spins backwards too, but we'll get to that later. Venus has a year of roughly 225 Earth days, while its day is 243 days. Yeah, that means that a day is longer than its year. Venus also has a nickname Earth's evil twin, due to their similar size. Meaning if Earth was paradise, Venus would be hell. It has an average temperature of roughly 870 degrees Fahrenheit or 460 degrees Celsius. And the greenhouse atmosphere makes it never cool below 437 Celsius or 850 degrees Fahrenheit. Even the Venera probes launched by the Soviet Union only lasted 2 hours and 27 minutes before succumbing to the extreme heat and crushing pressure. So yeah, don't visit Venus. We can't visit her. But one cool thing about Venus is Venus has volcanoes. Plentiful amount. Okay, that's way too many. Over 1,600 volcanic features or volcanoes are known, and maybe over 100,000 smaller ones. Earth is the third planet from the Sun. What is Earth? The planet that you live on. Earth has something no other planet has: life. Earth is the only planet in the universe we know for sure has life so far. At least that's what we know for sure. Who knows, there can be other life in our solar system alone. Earth has an average temperature of roughly 15 degrees Celsius or 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Earth also has water that covers over 70% of its surface. Earth has a pretty thick atmosphere that we can breathe, made of 79% nitrogen, 20% oxygen, and 1% of whatever else. Earth has a diameter of roughly 12,742 kilometers, or 7,918 miles. Earth has a distance to the Sun of roughly 1 astronomical unit, or 150 million kilometers, or 93 million miles. It takes Earth 1 year, or 365 days, to orbit the Sun, as of presently. And a day on Earth is 23 hours and 56 minutes, which we've rounded up to 24 hours. Earth also has one moon named the Moon, or Luna. And we do not talk about the Trojan asteroids orbiting Earth. Mars. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun. It has a nickname Red Planet due to its reddish color from a distance. But from closer up, we can see it's more of a butterscotch color. This red color comes from rich iron dust on the surface of Mars that has been fined over billions of years. Mars has a diameter of roughly 6,779 kilometers, or 4,212 miles. But that doesn't make it all so. It is home to the largest mountain, Olympus Mons, which is 3 times taller than Mount Everest, and the biggest canyon, Valles Marineris, which is 4 times deeper than a Grand Canyon and could stretch across the entire US. Mars has an average temperature of roughly negative 85 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 56 degrees Celsius. Mars has a year of roughly 1.8 years, Earth years, and has a day of 24 hours and 37 minutes, just 42 minutes longer than the Earth. Mars has a distance to the Sun of roughly 1.5 astronomical units, or 228 million kilometers, or 142 million miles. Mars is believed to have a liquid ocean water under it about 4.5 billion years ago. And it used to have a magnetic field. But about 4.1 billion years ago, that magnetic field died due to its interior cooling down too much. Once the magnetic field died, the powerful solar winds stripped Mars's atmosphere away and left it desolate and barren. Mars has 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos. Jupiter. Jupiter is the 5th planet from the Sun. It is the biggest and most massive planet in the solar system. Jupiter has a mass of 2.5 times more than all of your planets combined, which is 318 Earth masses, and has a diameter of roughly 139,820 kilometers, or 85,964 miles, which is 11 times more than Earth's diameter. Jupiter has an average distance from the Sun of 5.2 astronomical units, or 778 million kilometers, or 483 million miles. Jupiter is mainly made up of hydrogen and helium, so there really isn't a surface on Jupiter you can actually walk on. Jupiter has a very notable feature, which is the Great Red Spot. The Great Red Spot is an Earth-sized giant storm on Jupiter, which has wind speeds up to 400 kilometers per hour, or 250 miles per hour. A year on Jupiter is roughly 11.9 Earth years, and a day on Jupiter is roughly 9 hours and 54 minutes. Jupiter is extremely cold, with temperatures ranging from minus 227 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 145 degrees Celsius. Jupiter also has 95 moons. Saturn. Saturn is the 6th planet from the Sun. It is the 2nd largest planet in the solar system, with a diameter of roughly 120,500 kilometers, or 74,875 miles. Saturn is also the 2nd most massive planet in the solar system, having 95 Earth masses. Now, because it's lighter than it should be, despite being similar in size to Jupiter, but 3 times less massive, is because it has a density of only 0.687 grams per cubic centimeter. Meaning, if you somehow get a bowl large enough, it can float in water. Now, Saturn has a composition mainly composed of light elements such as hydrogen and helium. Now, Saturn is also iconic for its beautiful rings, which can span up to 282,000 kilometers away from Saturn's surface. Well, the visible parts. If you include infrared, they're up to 12 million kilometers. Anyway, as Saturn has its hexagonal storm on its north pole, which has winds up to 320 kilometers per hour, or 200 miles per hour. Saturn also has 274 moons. Uranus. Uranus is the 7th planet from the Sun. It is the 3rd largest planet, at roughly 51,120 kilometers, or 31,399 miles. Uranus is an ice giant, meaning it's mainly composed of an upper cloud layer of hydrogen, helium, methane, and an inner cloud layer of water ice, ammonia, and methane above the rocky core. Uranus has a distance to the Sun of roughly 19 AU, or 2.9 billion kilometers, or 1.8 billion miles. Uranus has a year of roughly 84 Earth years, meanwhile a day is only 17 hours long. Uranus also has the temperature of roughly minus 377 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 227 degrees Celsius. Uranus is the 3rd most massive planet in the solar system, having 15 times the mass of Earth. Uranus also has an actual tilt of 98 degrees, meaning it rotates clockwise. Uranus also has 28 moons. Neptune. Neptune is the farthest planet out from the Sun. It has an average distance of roughly 30 astronomical units, or 4.5 billion kilometers, or 2.8 billion miles. Neptune has a year of roughly 165 Earth years, or a day of roughly 16 hours long. Neptune has a size of roughly 49,528 kilometers, or 30,600 miles. Neptune is extremely cold, with a temperature of minus 353 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 214 degrees Celsius. I cannot speak now. Like Neptune's sister planet Uranus, Neptune is also an ice giant. Also, Uranus is blue because Neptune is blue. Okay, not actually, but it is for the same reason. Because of all the methane ice in its atmosphere, it reflects the blue light, causing the blue color. Similar to how sulfur on Saturn gives us that orange hue. Neptune is a very stormy planet. Wind speeds there are up to 2,200 kilometers per hour, or 1,400 miles per hour. That's almost Mach 1.8. Now, Neptune has a also notable feature. When Voyager 2 passed Neptune in 1989, they found something called the Great Dark Spot. But back in 1994, when the Hubble Space Telescope looked back at Neptune, the spot was gone. What happened? See, unlike Jupiter's Great Red Spot, which could have been here since at least as far back as the 1660s, Neptune's storms only last only a few years. Neptune has 14 moons. Now, unlike the dwarf planets, which aren't classified as planets, such as Pluto, Haumea, Ceres, and so on, all of these asteroids, moons, rocket planets, dwarf planets make up our solar system.